I ordered 200 hand-forged knives to my dorm room and built a Wix website to sell them.
What up, yo? Detroit and Flint Town. Coming through this motherfucker. Hallucinate. Yeah, with my killers. Through the projects. And I'm skating on day.
Better be careful where you at, which way you wear your hat, what colors you got on, cause your ass will get clapped. Bam, back to the old me, rapping with the OGs. Even when I'm street, bitches got my strap on me. In my blade too, you gon' play who? You gon' fade who? Bitch, I will shake you, erase you from existence. If you don't keep your distance, I keep you talking wicked, get marked off the hit list. Always on some big shit, keep it to yourself, man. I'm self-made, self-paid, hell I let it rain. We can tell you plain, we can tell you ain't what you say you are. You ain't hard, you a flake, yeah. Break them off, break them down, this time needs an enema. It's time to get them up, wet them up, red them all. I'm fed up all the whack rappers, they liars. I'm a villain, I'm a gangster, I'm a rider.
I'm a villain, a beast, a savage, a bando. Black roach, bandana, and a flannel. I'm a G, ain't no love, ain't no peace. I'm a monster in the streets and a monster on the beat. I'm a villain, a beast, a savage, a bando. Black roach, bandana, and a flannel. I'm a G, ain't no love, ain't no peace. I'm a monster in the streets and a monster on the beat.
Project nigga bustin', ain't no time for no discussion. About to drop these deadly weapons, Satan too, like I'm from Russia. Talking crazy, we gon' rush you, beat you down, cause you a sucker. You ain't from around my block, so ho, you ain't shit but a customer. Dirty hoes, I'm dusting ya, the rivers where they dumping ya. Stay project, wait for life, so ain't nobody that can touch us, bruh. Identify the target in the parking lot, a target, roll up on them, blow his brains and leave him dripping on the carpet. Victim to at his apartment, we gon' finish what we started. Ask his lady where the dope, she tell me in the glove compartment of the drop top bins. Then take all of the ends, I'm gon' tell you all you want. If you just please, just let me live. I got kids that got a future, told her shut up for I shoot you. Ain't no women or no kids dying, this is what I do. I can offer you a job, Project One roll like the mob with KDT and Ghetto E, we underground and never stop.
I'm a villain, a beast, a savage, a bando. Black roach, bandana, and a flannel. I'm a G, ain't no love, ain't no peace. I'm a monster in the streets and a monster on the beat. I'm a villain, a beast, a savage, a bando. Black roach, bandana, and a flannel. I'm a G, ain't no love, ain't no peace. I'm a monster in the streets and a monster on the beat.
The butcher called me up and told me come with a track. So I'm sliding through the D like I don't know how to act. Who the fuck want what with them boys that do it? Just load them Dracos and them choppers and let's get straight to it. We bout to bang in this bitch like the blood and the Crips. And got some hoes on deck, so don't even trip. In my Snoop Doggy Dog voice, I make that pussy moist and leave your hoe staring in the ghetto. She done made her choice, and she chose to get banged. Hang with dating thugs and Kang. Told the girl stay in her lane. Now she missing, that's a goddamn shame. Who the fuck you talking to? Who the fuck you provoking? I'm in the butcher back cave smoking and feeling for a motherfucking killing. I'm a savage, I'm a G, I'm a motherfucking villain.
I'm a villain, a beast, a savage, a bando. Black roach, bandana, and a flannel. I'm a G, ain't no love, ain't no peace. I'm a monster in the streets and a monster on the beat. I'm a villain, a beast, a savage, a bando. Black roach, bandana, and a flannel. I'm a G, ain't no love, ain't no peace. I'm a monster in the streets and a monster on the beat.
Once again in this bitch, splitting the D came to play. Playing for keeps when we creep with that motherfucking AK. Popping the phone, letting them know who the fuck be on the streets. Project One, KDT, and the dating fake. Real OGs been banging since the 90s. Ain't shit that I ain't seen. Another murder gang related motherfuck the police. One love, killer, deal, death do us part. That gangsta shit, motherfucker, coming straight from the heart. There's nowhere to run, grab your guns and step into the front line. We're only find a few my kind, busting with the tech knives. Come and test your strength, cause only a strong will survive. We're soldiers from the ghetto, side by side as we strive. Murdering motherfuckers, making money while we mad. Mind ain't straight, body and soul while we strap. Mr. Fucking Fearless, J Gutta, it's a rap. Fuck with me, I'm a G, day and night, pass me the gap.
I'm a villain, a beast, a savage, a bando. Black roach, bandana, and a flannel. I'm a G, ain't no love, ain't no peace. I'm a monster in the streets and a monster on the beat. I'm a villain, a beast, a savage, a bando. Black roach, bandana, and a flannel. I'm a G, ain't no love, ain't no peace. I'm a monster in the streets and a monster on the beat.
I'm a G,
And I ain't talking about no gang shit. Strapped with a tech nine and I'm about to do some strange shit. You bitches better be careful who you motherfucking hang with. Everybody's not your friend in this shit when they get dangerous. Sustain this. How you think we done for 20-something years? Dating family and PJ, we put in work like Richard Gere. T is up next and they real life ready. Running around y'all hood with a mic and a machete. Means they ready to kill it. Make you bitch niggas feel it. When we all get together and put it down, we the realest. I found a monster on these beats since my born dead days. Always have to make a killing, yeah, them born dead way. And these pigs out here keep squirming, cause I'ma pick your ass off like I'm Richard Sherman. So if you see me on your motherfucking block, you bitches better please me, cause I'm coming with some killers, yeah, some motherfucking teeth.
I'm a villain, a beast, a savage, a bando. Black roach, bandana, and a flannel. I'm a G, ain't no love, ain't no peace. I'm a monster.
Is it a dream? Fiends, money busting out your jeans. Only problem that you got is what to do with all this cream. You got no education, you think the money you making gonna equal respect, but you sadly mistaken. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, no one to trust. Nightmares of chasing bags, buzzing mags, popping tags, picking up and dropping off, hopping in and out of Jags. Your life is on the line every time you step outside. Every time you ride, that could be your last ride. These streets are full of unsolved homicides. Every time your mama cried, you were saying I'ma slide. A gangster's mental health is really scary. There's only two choices you got, jail or the cemetery. Chances make champions, but choices make change. A dope man's nightmare, migraine in the brain, gun in your fist. On paper you don't exist, you a ghost, so you ride around in the ghost like this. Ducking the people, money be the root to the evil. In the end, was it worth it to have your soul under the surface? Feeling worthless?
Supposed to be a king, but chose to be a kingpin. Jumped off the porch of 10, dove off the deep end. Crazy soul crack, black and half Puerto Rican. Put that murder game down quick, fast without blinking. Set his own friends up just to get his ends up. Nigga rock the all black teams to match the Benz truck. Paranoid, sleeping in puddles, he can't cuddle. This is just his life. Bitches, he can't love you. It be Christmas, but it be haunted like it's Halloween. All the faces and the screams that come to him in his dreams. Nigga rich, but what's the point? Thousand pounds of endo stuck, still stay in Detroit. Balls on the window, looking over his shoulder, and even that's colder. Nigga that's with you, Mike. Money making Mitchie when he listens to the red tape. Fantasize he's Tony Sosa said, don't fuck me, but it's a holy matrimony. It's lonely at the top, killer op, it's a victory. Long as he in the drop, getting top, it ain't shit to him. Long as he can cop, don't shit stop, simply. Lonely up in the mansion, coked out eventually.
Good evening. It's time. Yes. On behalf of the Hood Smoker Podcast, we would like to say, as the list of legends keeps continuing to go on and on and on, we keep the questions strong. Enough platforms stir the pot, you don't have to
take that.
Enough platforms do that effort, you don't have to
take that.
Get your smoke, get your drink, get all your cake snacks, and get ready for the Hood Smoker Podcast. Welcome. Welcome.
Hood Smokers Podcast on Wednesday and Saturday night. Gutta and brotherkingx and Blatonio Todd. Hood Smokers Podcast on Wednesday and Saturday night. J Gutta and brotherkingx and Blatonio Todd.
What up, though?
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? Welcome to the Hood Smoker Podcast, episode 334. As you can see, I'm sitting here dolo right now. Hold on, let me blow my screen up a little bigger and shit. Right now, we waiting for the guest. I gotta check it, messages to make sure, cause he's a reformed gang member. Let me give y'all a little breakdown. First off, shout out Meek Wig Split. I see you, homie. Shout out JB. Like I said, get them Jack Frost shirts. You know what I'm saying? You know I got shout out to Jack Frost, Bad Dreams. And we got the CDs. We're going to be giving these away, too. If somebody get a CD tonight, you know what I'm saying? Some lucky listener, watcher, viewer will get a CD tonight. Jack Frost, Bad Dreams, Detroit Legend. You know what I'm saying? I got to get at, make sure L.K.'s all good. L.K. the Leprechaun. He's from the east side of 8 Mile. Reformed gang member, unity in the community. We're going to be talking about unity in the community. And we're going to talk about... you know what I'm saying? The life growing up as a gangster in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Detroit is not... A lot of people don't know Detroit does have a deep gang history. You know what I'm saying? That's real spit. And he's got an interview out about that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm waiting for BKX, Blatonio, Todd to tap in with me so I can make sure he's all good and he can get on the Discord. It's 8 o'clock right now. 8 o'clock sharp. That was Bad Dreams that I was just playing and shit by Jack Frost. Featuring Eshawn. He got a new video that's going to be dropping. He got an album dropping. It's going to be fire, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be straight up fire. But yeah, tonight, and I figured it'd be a good night to talk about, like, unity in the community because, like, what happened with Skilla Baby, in case y'all didn't hear it. Prayers for Skilla Baby, but he had got shot over on 8 Mile, Redford, Detroit border and shit. And he's doing good, I guess, from what I heard. He just got grazed. He got hit. Not that it just got grazed is anything but is like not bad. I mean, an inch over, he couldn't been out of here. But yeah, Skilla Baby, and I think he got hit in the arm or the hand or something, a passenger. So yeah, prayers for Skilla Baby, you know what I'm saying? But tonight we got L.K. the Leprechaun, unity in the community. I think he's on here. I'm about to check him out and shit. Hold on. All right, JB, don't be trolling us and shit, dog. You don't troll us. You know the troll. You know the motherfuckers the troll, dog. You know the motherfuckers the troll. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Let me make sure he can tap in. Okay, the Leprechaun. I don't know what's up with Blatonio. I talked to him a little while ago in BKX, so they should be tapping in anytime now. But either way it goes, you know, I'm going to keep it moving and shit. I'll hold it down. If they hold it down when I can't make it, we all hold it down. You know what I'm saying? Teamwork makes the dream work. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. We got some dope guests coming up too and shit. Just in case y'all didn't know. Here, let me go through and show y'all some... oh, yeah. Here's Blatonio.
Is it a dream? Fiends, money busting out your jeans. Only problem that you got is what to do with all this cream. You got no education. You think the money you making gonna eat no respect? Is it a dream? Fiends, money busting out your jeans. Only problem that you got is what to do with all this cream. You got no education.
Let's see. Here's tonight's guest, L.K. the Leprechaun.
What up, though? I just want to thank everybody for all the support in the Rare Breeds interview. Go check it out if you haven't. Coming up Saturday, May 24th, I'm going to be on the Hood Smokers Podcast live. Check that out. You ain't going to want to miss it. My name's L.K. the Leprechaun. I'm a reformed gang member turned community advocate, and I'm just trying to steer the youth in a better, more positive direction. Tap in or tap out. Peace, blessings, and gratitude to all. What?
That's what I'm talking about. We are some positive shit. Shout out to Monty Crystal. Look at they got
DJ Chelsea, Monty Crystal, the work shirt live production here with Tony, MJ Diamonds, and we got something brand new for you. Exclusive. Brand new Cuban link Michelle glasses. Man, these boys are light on the face, very light. They got rose gold, yellow gold, black, and platinum. There are only 1,000 of them made. Now, if you say Monte Cristo discount, you get your discount. But there's thousands of them made. They're gonna be gone. Y'all better come get them real quick.
Just dropped 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Misha Cubans, come grab them.
SJB, Mustang. Shout out to McWig Splitter.
Get that shit
Y'all
out
smash like on
Chris
the way
Work Channel Live for
Make sure y'all smash like on the way in. Look, we got Havoc the Mouthpiece, aka the Game Changer, formerly a South Central Cartel, coming back June 14th, 2025. Yes, sir. We got Mr. Hyde coming on. What date is Mr. Hyde coming on? What is the date? June 21st, Saturday Night Live on the Hood Smokers Podcast. It's gonna go down, you know what I'm saying? We got some big names. We got some other big names. Shout out to MC Shan. We got MC Shan. He'll be coming on the show. Shout out to BTP. You know what I'm saying? So let's watch this short with Jack.
It's like I had the beat though.
That's the hood. Shit.
That's real talk. Yeah.
I popped it on Planet Rock. Blow this over our Vernon, Southwest. You know, still west though. We still west of Woodward.
Yeah. And as
salute to everybody in the chat.
How we
like
run
I said,
the podcast is like, you know, we just chopping it up.
Somebody in the chat.
You know, like.
Just you see it touches Tucson, Arizona. Whoever drops the most cold, they even had a thing. You know what was that thing you was talking about, Blatonio in high school?
Well, me and my homies, like back in the day, yeah, like
I got your shirts
I think I told
too,
you
I got y'all
briefly,
shirts. You know
Jack Frost, about like we used to say the Jack Frost face, you know, like that first album and stuff. When we seen that, like when you came out to us, it was like we called it Jack Frost face. Before even like Undertaker was doing that shit, like throwing his ass back, you know, like.
Like you started that shit. It was
if we had memes, you know, like when I was sending you the memes, I was like, that's the type of shit that
before
we
they had memes and shit. Like, yeah, that would have been a meme, probably.
Yeah. So I kid you not, like we said the Jack Frost face, you know, like, oh yeah, I was going Jack Frost, yeah. So like, I mean, it went further than just the whole rapping thing. It was like, yeah, I wanted to do the Jack Frost face when, you know, oh, she talking about, oh man, yeah, you're gonna do this for me, and you're like,
well, give her ass the Jack Frost.
We got BKS.
Yeah, Jack Frost. Yeah. Fuck the gas face, you know. I was like the Jack Frost face.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I can't get that shit. She got bottles.
You said gas face. What up, though, fam? You just gotta turn your microphone on. There should be a mic icon and the camera icon.
Shit.
And there's Jack Frost doing the Jack Frost face live on the Hood Smoker Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody in the chat. Smash like I said, tonight we're gonna be giving away Jack Frost featuring Eshawn Bad Dreams CD. We're gonna be doing that the next few episodes. So get your merch and shit, get your shirts, get all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. But we got a special guest. What up, though? Salute, family. What up, though?
What up, though?
Yeah, I'm Jay Gutta. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up the flyer so I can put it on the side here. I'm Jay Gutta. We got BKX, brotherkingx right here. We're waiting for Blatonio Todd to tap in, but we gonna keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's definitely an honor to have you out here, dog. Like I said, I got up on you because I seen the video you did. That video, that's what really put me up on you and shit. What made you actually do that? If you want to just talk about that real quick, shortly and shit, just real quick, so we can talk, just to get that out the way.
Yeah, okay. So the rare breeds video you're referring to. So for the last few years, I've had a lot of people want me to ask me to come on a YouTube channel and they podcast and stuff, and I just always denied it. I'm not a big camera dude and all that. But dude, I was actually a fan of him, watching his videos, and I followed him on Instagram, and I just commented on one of his videos. I said, "Dope video, woo woo woo." I'm a rare breed. I'm from Detroit, though. Da da da. And dude just hit me up in my DM and was like, do you want to do a video? Shot me some questions, woo woo woo. I took about a week or two to think about it, and I just decided to do it.
That's dope, yeah. No, and they put you out there, and you're gonna get haters. I seen that you was talking shit to some haters, and that comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying? They be calling the shit. We think it's corny, dog. They be calling it the YouTube streets and shit like that. That shit is corny as fuck, dog. Like I told you when I was messaging you, we try to keep it positive over here. Like we don't. There's enough, like, you know what I'm saying, negative bullshit going on in like the hood and in hip hop that we don't need to touch on it. The news got that. All these motherfuckers like Vlad and no jumper, and then they feed off that shit. You know what I'm saying? We trying to keep it positive. When I seen you had unity in the community, I was like, man, you would fit in perfect. You know what I'm saying? And you're from Detroit, and we're Detroit based. We're Detroit's number one spot for hip hop, but we worldwide. We've had legends from all over the world and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely an honor to have you on here, dog. Shout out to Corey Smith is in the building. OG Loco K, much love. And shout out to we
Yeah.
got Glasgow, Scotland in the building. Parkhead boy. We got Louisiana in the building. JB, we got Flint in the building, McWiggs, but we got everybody. But we're international, dog. So we want to get your story out there. You know what I'm saying? So L.K. the Leprechaun. Let's take it back to young L.K. the Leprechaun and shit. What was it like growing up, and what did you come up at and shit?
In and around Detroit, you know, a little, you know, but mostly that 8 Mile borderline, the city and the suburbs. You know, I went out to school in the suburbs. I always been in the city though. 8 Mile and John R area, they call it Beirut. Between 8 Mile, 7 Mile, John R and Woodward, Derby, Exeter, all them streets over there. You know, growing up, it was it was adventurous. It was a journey, It was it was exciting. It was rough. It was but the funny thing is when you're growing up, you don't realize how rough it is until you get older and you look back on it and you'll be like, "Dang, some of them things I was experiencing ain't normal." But to me, it was normal.
I feel you on that. Like I told you, I ran with the gang when I was younger and shit. Actually, the rap group that I first started rapping with was the gang, the Young Guns. There was a few of us that rapped and shit back in '91, and we started spitting and shit. You know what I'm saying? We was in the studio and shit. We had shirts at Gibraltar Trade Center. We thought we was famous tapes and shit like that. We thought we was the shit. Fucking but yeah. BKX, he been in the game a long time too. Like I said, we're all MCs over here. We're from Detroit. BKX is from over there on the west side, Dexter Finkel area and shit. So we rock with every side of Detroit. We ain't about that whole east side, west side shit, like all that beefing and shit. That shit's stupid. We think we
that's real familiar with the area that he's talking about. Cause I used to date a girl that lived on 8 Mile and Yard now, and I end up moving there. And she lived like on this block, and John R was like right there.
Right.
On the island. It was like right there.
Yeah, I feel like it's big in that area because John R is the dividing line between East and West. A lot of people will say Word or 75 or this or that, but it's really John R. So I feel like that's a big East West side thing. But as you said, bro, like it ain't no, we are Detroit. It ain't no beef, ain't no. But fools be clowning each other sometimes. You know how that should go.
Unity in the community, but because there's a lot of bullshit that be just this shit recently with Skillet Baby. I'm sure you've seen that. It's been going all over there off 8 Mile, but I think it was in Redford, like borderline Redford, Detroit. And he got
Beat Daily.
About Beat Daily and Telegraph and stuff.
Yeah, these young guys, man, they gotta. Back in the days, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. We was busting guns and shit like that back in the days, but we was scrap. You know what I'm saying? People was scrap. We would fucking throw down and shit. You get your ass whooped, you get stomped out, jumped, shit like that. But shit happens. And then you get the motherfucker back. You know what I'm saying? That's how we grew up and shit. And it's like now, it's like you look at a motherfucker around, they're ready to shoot you. These young motherfuckers these days.
I be trying to tell it. I be trying to tell these youngsters, like you said back in the day, we be, you be getting stomped out, fighting, jump, and once in a while, you had people that pick you up or a brick or do something crazy, but you always live to see another day for the most part. It ain't like you said. It ain't like nowadays where fools is quick to blast.
And a lot of people sleep on the gangs in Detroit because when you think of gangs, you think of West Coast. You know what I'm saying? But the gangs have been in Detroit. Forever. I remember I went just from being in the rap game. It was dope because hip hop used to bring gangs together. Like we had this crew and shit, the hip hop movement, and we had 7 Mile, BK Bloods, or 7 Mile BK Crips. Then we had 7 Mile Bloods. And then we had then you got Southwest Clicks. You had like different folks and counts, and you had different cliques. Everybody in it. I remember rest in peace to Deion Booker and shit. D Book. He was like, man, we're good in every hood. We can go everywhere, and we're just straight. And it was like dope because everybody was. It didn't matter. We all had each other's back. We was all rocking with each other. It didn't matter what sect you were in and shit or none of that. And I think if people realize that a lot of shit could happen, that's what they tried to do back in the days with like all in the same gang and stuff like that, songs like that in hip hop, where they tried to bring everybody together and bring everybody together. And that, I mean, we'd be more powerful, stronger. Our voices would be heard instead of trying to kill each other because that's what they want. That's what these record labels want too. They want us to kill each other and shit. They love
Cause they own stocks and record labels. The record labels own stocks in prisons, and they also own stocks in funeral homes.
The same motherfuckers that own record labels own private prisons and shit. So it makes sense. They want to keep them people locked up as business. But what
Absolutely, it's its own little system of design that they keep us trapped in.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So what a unity in the community, is that like more than just a movement? What is like exactly what is it? Like do you have like any kind of like a foundation, anything like you got going on that you
So I don't want to say too much, but I am in the middle of doing like a nonprofit thing. I don't think it's gonna be called Unity in the Community. It's probably gonna be called something else. But Unity in the Community is just like a little saying that I've said a couple times, and I guess it's catching on. You like it. I had a couple other people tell me they like it, and maybe I'll have to get a trademark or make it the slogan of the nonprofit or something. But it really just something I say because it's what I believe in. I believe in unifying the community, unifying the people. It's like you said earlier. If we all everyone's always bashing each other, but if we came together, we could get more accomplished.
And you know what? I like that unity in community, cause that's what we need. Cause this is one thing I didn't understand growing up in the hood. You got Finkel, you got Puritan, you got a little bit of kids from Dexter and Linwood. We going to the same schools. We basically going to the same stores. Like, what is we beefing for? We're basically in the same neighborhood. Only thing separating us is the Lodge Freeway. But we ain't walking distance for each other. I never did understand that. It's like we go to the same schools, we shopping at the same places, we getting our hair cut at the same barbershops.
Absolutely, I agree. I actually be over on PA and Prairie and San Juan over there, and Lilac. Shout out to them people. But I'm sorry.
I grew up on Monica.
Okay, yeah, that's right there. Yeah. So when I it's funny because I got some homies that grew up over on Finkel, and they don't ever want to come over to where we be at in PA because they used to beef back in the day. I guess I don't know, but that's what they tell me.
They did used to beef, but that's like certain individuals. Because the way I look at it, when I look at the ages and how old that feud and that beef is, man, come on, get a grip.
Yeah. The people I'm talking about are much older than me. It's like I said, I don't know nothing about it. They just be telling me about it. And I tell them, I said, no, it ain't like that. Come over to the park over on Prairie. We be barbecuing, doing the back to school functions and little community events. But some people are still stuck in that mindset. Oh, I can't go over there because of whatever the past was.
See, that's that. I hate to say it, but that's that mental slavery right there.
Absolutely.
You got to see. They got to get that chain off. They got to get that chain off their brain and change that mentality. You know what I'm saying? The slave mentality ain't got nothing to do with color, because we all got that slave mentality if we steady subscribing to the same bullshit.
Yes, sir. I agree.
No, for sure. So, growing up, though, did your parents bump hip hop? Because I'm taking it, you're a little younger than us and shit. You know what I'm saying? You came from a...
Yeah, I was born in '89. I'm 35. I'm actually about to be 36 later on this month. My parents definitely bumped hip hop. Actually, I was checking out your interview with Brother Marquise at Two Live Crew.
Rest in peace,
First time I
brother
heard Two
Marquise.
Live Crew was in the tape deck with my my dad, jamming that. My mom was probably a bigger hip hop fan than my dad, but yeah, they both from Highland Park, so you know how that go. They definitely was bump the hip hop.
Yeah, shout out to HP for sure.
Yeah, 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 absolutely.
Blatonio Todd in the building. Our
What
brother
up,
from
though?
Tucson. Actually, speaking to Brother Marquise, I think I had told you in a message, but Blatonio flew here to Detroit, and Brother Marquise, right after we interviewed him, shout out to Monte Crystal, he was signed to Chinaman Records, Fresh Kid Ice from Two Live Crew, rest in peace. But he came out here to Detroit, rocked the Sting nightclub, which just recently got shut down in Southwest Detroit on Michigan Ave. But Blatonio went on stage with Detroit legend Dice from the East Side, 7 Mile. Fucking so it was dope. He was here in Detroit, rocked, kicked it with Jack Frost, DJ Los. Fucking, we went out, me, him, and BKX. We took him around Detroit, took him around Southwest. Went to a bar at Jefferson and shit. Threw on some fucking old hip hop Detroit shit on there. You know what I'm saying? But no,
Yeah.
we was talking about yeah, he was talking Two Live Crew. My bad to get off track and shit. I was
No,
just
you
Oh,
good.
Antonio,
yeah,
you good? You came
I
ready on
follow it along. Yeah, no, that's what's up. No, that's listening to that, and hearing about that, man. Yeah, sorry I'm late to the show and everything. My phone is pretty much like fried. The battery is like I had to let it charge for a bit.
No,
But
no doubt.
no, I heard what you were saying about it. Yeah, so your mom was more of a hip hop fan.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what's up.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know if I missed anything on it, but I mean, did you dabble with rap yourself?
No, we didn't talk
I
about
mean,
that.
so growing up in Detroit, of course, everybody wanted to be a rapper. All my friends rappers. You know what I'm saying? Till this day, they still dropping music. Shout out to NSB Walk and Michigan, Michiganja
Plug them
Malcolm,
all in, bro. Plug them.
Homeboy. They all definitely used to rap, but some of them still on it. But yeah, music and hip hop is it's part of the culture. It's always been a big part of my life.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey,
You, uh,
Brother Marquise, next month is the anniversary of his death.
yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
it's the same day. Our brother
You
right
know,
here, BK.
you know how I remember because him and my mama passed the same day. So
Yeah, and actually, yeah, it was surreal for all of us. Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah, that's that day
yeah,
will
so yeah.
never be
Yeah,
forgotten.
yeah,
Yeah. Now, brother Marquise was good people, dog. He was cool as fuck and shit. He was definitely cool. Like we got to chop it up and shit. Fucking like actually get to like know him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Not just as brother Marquise from Two Live Crew we grew up listening to and shit. Fucking but actually know him as a person and shit. So he was good people. He was a good person.
man, the same time they was texting me telling me Brother Marquise had passed. I'm texting them telling them that my mom just had passed.
Right, yeah, that was crazy and shit. It was fucked up. Cause I'm like messaging, yeah, BKX, like, dog, you heard Brother Marquise just passed, and then he's telling me his mom just passed. That's man, that's a rough one, man.
Condolences.
man. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, yeah. I mean, not trying to take away on that, brother. I mean, definitely. I know I'm late on the interview, and I'm not sure if anybody covered on this. It's like, what got you into doing what you're doing? Like, it's definitely like for positivity, for the community and stuff. And
Um, so there's kind of two aspects to that. One of my big homegirls from California. Um, I'd almost shout her out, but I don't like saying names on the internet. You know what I'm saying? You never know if people feel comfortable with that or not. But shout out
all
to my
good.
big homegirl, over in LA, my B. She got me into when I used to go to California, I call her my mom's. She was like a mother figure to me when I go over there. Make sure I had a place to stay, something to eat, go to church, and she got me going to the community events over there. She'd be doing the turkey drives and the back to school drives and stuff like that. So when I seen her and some of the other homies do that, I I kind of just I really just kind of fell in love with it, the unity, the camaraderie. They'd have people from all different neighborhoods over there, and just like how music is good for bringing people together, so is any type of positive unity stuff when it comes to doing community events. And then the second aspect of that is the last case I caught. When I was sitting in jail, it just something flicked a switch. God spoke to me, and I just knew that I had a different path in life, and doing positive stuff for the community and community outreach for the children. That was always like a passion of mine. I got children, and I think God just spoke to me, so that like that, two double aspects of it.
Real talk. Yeah. No, definitely real talk on that. Most High definitely speaks to us,
So I gotta
and I
ask you
think
though,
always at the right time. Yeah.
Right, and that's what it was. All the stars had to align, the planets had to align, and it was just
Mhm.
it was just the timing of it, and something inside of me woke up.
Yeah.
that's dope.
Yeah.
That's
Like
dope as
you're
fuck.
supposed to learn from the old experience, so you can't regret that. Like that's why I would say don't regret it. Like some things you might regret from just maybe actions, but no, in general, it was the most High thing teaches us to learn. When you say, like,
Yeah, absolutely. All the negative paths that I walked down got me to this positive path I am today. And when you could have went left, but you chose to go right, or vice versa, and it could have
yes,
been different, but everything end up the way it is for a reason. So yeah, all glory to the Most High.
You
Absolutely.
know what's
absolutely.
crazy? Like what made me realize like this gang shit isn't like the way to go. You know what I'm saying? I was in the joint. I went to the joint for some shit, a bunch of shit, and fucking, and one of my ended up being my one. I was a young gun. One of my main homies ended up being a Latin count and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the main ones. Shout out to my homie Monteki. He's actually like part of the show. He's fucking behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Southwest. But Monteki, he's out now. He's doing good and shit for himself. So shout out to Monteki. He did his time and shit for his crime. But he was like, I trusted him with my back more than like who I'm supposed to call my brothers and shit. And I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather have like just a few homies that I trust, a smaller circle than this. Okay, I got 100 dudes that I gotta call brother, but I don't even know these dudes like all of them like that. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta trust you with my life and all this. We get caught up, we catch a case. You know what I'm saying? I don't you know what you if you taking a break. You know what I'm saying or whatever and shit. So it took that to make me realize it and shit, and I just didn't even give a fuck. I was cool with everybody in there. It didn't matter what set they was claiming in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, yeah, that right there. But I was gonna say, like, you might have an experience like that where you've came across people that you thought was your brother and shit like that might have, like if you got something on that, man, like that might have turned you around, like that's your main dude, and they switch. I think that's real talk. Is like, damn, you can
Yeah,
have a million friends and stuff.
absolutely. I could absolutely relate to that on a couple different occasions for real. One I got a group of dudes that I grew up with, hung out with, and same stuff, gang stuff. People hustling, and fools that get jealous. They see you. You got more emotion than the other person. You're making a little bit more money. You selling your stuff for a little cheaper. So now they're not going to them, they coming to you type stuff. Females is a big part of it too. So yeah, I definitely been in that money situation where you got homies that you thought was your bros and had your back, and turns out they don't.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
emotions get the best of them, and whatever. Yeah, it's that's I think a lot of people could probably relate to that, being in the streets.
yeah. Like, oh yeah, no, it's never like that, like that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah.
never, no, never that, man, and but then behind, like, but the actions speak louder. Yeah, like what
So
you
what?
see.
What
Yeah,
about the homies?
exactly.
What about the homies? How did the homies like did they accept this like the unity of the community? What you're doing, the
Oh,
positive things you're doing. Did they accept that?
like
And
when
like,
changes is
did
happening.
Eddie
Yeah,
ride
when
with
changes.
you? And like, did you bring someone with you? You know what I'm saying? Like to roll with you on this?
I'm sure you have both sides, right? Or both things happen, no? Or...
Yeah. So the homies, I have a lot of support from the homies, absolutely. Of course, a lot of the older cats that been through it, cats my age, younger cats, they up and down about it. You know how the youngsters be, and I get it though sometimes too. It's like, hey, how can I squash beef with certain people when they done we done, they laid people down on my end and I laid people down on their end, and we just supposed to act like it never happened and whoop de whoop. So I get it. There's a lot of bad blood between certain homies and certain cliques and certain people and situations. But for the most part, on the flip side of that, it's like, okay, yeah, I know the hardship of losing loved ones, and I don't want to go to another funeral. I don't want to lose another loved one. I don't want to lose more people than I already have. So, it's a double-sided sword. But I definitely I have a lot of support. I haven't gotten too much pushback, but there's a couple homies. Yeah, there's a couple homies about more so pushback about like internet stuff. Watch what you say and da 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 da. And homies know how I know how to talk. Homies know that it's yeah, But it's a lot of
No,
support. It's a lot
that
of
was the
support.
vibe I got immediately from hearing about you and stuff. Coming on was just the positivity on that, and I was expecting you probably got more support than you did any. Like of course you're gonna have like the youngsters, hard heads, they're still stuck in that way. They don't want to give that up because it's like, man, it's
Yeah,
down
yeah,
for
and
mine, down for mine. Yeah,
yeah. And I
but
get it, because I was the same way for a long time too, and I might still be in that mood in certain people in certain positions where I'm like just try to put it in God's hands, them emotions run high, but yeah, I get it, I fully understand it because I've been on both sides of it.
yeah, that's what's up, man. Because I like what you're doing, man. It's dope. I
Thank
mean.
you, gratitude, I appreciate it.
mm,
No doubt.
Yeah. So I mean, do you have like kind of like because I wanted to ask because I didn't hear too much on that, but do you like kind of like put things together like events and stuff? I mean, I don't know if we ever.
Yeah, and not only me, like the couple homies that support me, they part of the events, and we work with other community groups and neighborhood groups, Ella Fitzgerald's Black Club over there off of PA that we were just talking about. Uh, I almost want to say her name, but again, I don't like to name drop. But shout out to the Ella Fitzgerald Black Club. The president over there. We all partner up. We do movie nights.
I actually went to that elementary school.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we partner up with we do our own stuff too, and they do their own stuff. But we partner up with them and do like after school drives. We did a trunk or treat and Halloween, movie night. Um, we put on a couple different events throughout the year, and we've been doing it for a few years now.
Yeah. No, I respect what you're saying. Like I talk a certain way. We're not Black TV, as we always say. We're not Black TV. We're not Southern People.
My bad, you starting to break up a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I would say we're not Adam 22 and Vlad. So of course, when we're not gonna dig more details.
Yeah, yeah. No comment on them.
Yeah, it's actually, I just kind of just was yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, and I mess with y'all channel, when I got hip to y'all, I started, binge watching and stuff, I like what y'all do for hip hop in the community and the even the hip hop people that ain't as big, you give them a platform.
Yes, sir.
And I respect with you guys too. I'm a fan. I subscribed, I'm a fan and everything. So I appreciate you guys.
Man, we humbled on that, man. We appreciate that, man. We was happy to hear. When Gutta was telling me, he goes, "What do you think?" And I was like, "Man, shit, this is what's up. Let's bring you
I
on."
gotta get you one of these Jack Frost Bad Dream shirts. You know what I'm saying? So you shoot me your size and shit, and I'll shoot it to you. You know what I'm saying? We pushing Jack Frost the Bad Dreams. We're gonna give away a CD too. So let us know, y'all. We got JC in there. He got one coming down there in New Orleans. We got them all over.
I don't know if you were familiar with Jack Frost back in the days. He dropped the
Yeah.
album in '91, and it was fire and shit back in the days in Detroit.
Name sounds familiar. I was born in '89, so that's I was a baby then, but yeah, name sounds familiar. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, yeah. No.
We're gonna get you a shirt and shit, all that CD, show some love, you know what I'm saying? But now so speaking we are a hip hop based channel and shit. So what are you bumping? Like what is L.K the Leprechaun listening to right now? Like what do you got in your ride and shit?
So I like all music. I listen to all music. All genres. There's good and bad and everything. Definitely hip hop and R&B's. Probably top of my list. As far as what I'm bumping, uh, man, I bump stuff that people probably never heard of. I like doing like the first and foremost, I like supporting the homies. So yeah, we got the homie Neighborhood Poppy in New York. He doing his rap stuff. He doing his I don't even know what he people got different names. They got handles on social media, and then I know him as a different name and stuff. But on social media, he go by Neighborhood Poppy on Instagram, and he got good music, Spotify, all that stuff. Out of New York, Michiganja Malcolm. From Detroit, 7 Mile and Illinois. I bump a lot of his stuff. My homie NHB Watt from 7 Mile and Van Dyke. I bump a lot of his stuff. Real underground dudes that a lot of people probably never hear of.
We appreciate it too, because we definitely want to give everybody a platform like that. So I was gonna say, if any of y'all are watching, feel free to put that in the comments for this interview. Go ahead and put a link, to one of your songs, something like that. Definitely we want to, and also, my brother right here, Mr. Leprechaun right here. If you want to put any of that stuff, definitely we appreciate those links, because we all come up.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not too tech savvy, so I'm not gonna mess around with it and mess it up. But yeah,
So
Neighborhood
you're
Poppy.
with these three old heads right here.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, Neighborhood Poppy out of New York, Bumpy 103 out of New York, Michiganja Malcolm, NHB Watt, shout out to all them cats doing music, doing their thing. I like what people might, well not might, they will, like as far as the what you call it, like the mainstream rappers and stuff. I like a lot of, I like old school stuff, Tupac and Eazy-E and Dre and Bone Thugs and Harmony, stuff like that. DMX, of course. But some of these youngsters too, though, they got, they good too. The Rod Wave and the Mo Threes and the
Yeah, that's my guy right there, Rod Wave.
yeah,
He just
NBA
got
Young
locked
Boy.
up.
There's a lot of youngsters that I be listening to, and I just be like, damn, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Bring
shout
Wave
out
just
to
got
everyone
locked
doing
up
their
and
thing.
shit. Rod Wave just got locked up. I just heard about it and shit. I just seen the story and shit.
Yeah, I heard about that too the other day.
Yeah, something about a gun and threatening and assault and something else. I don't know.
Yeah,
Free
I
Rod
don't.
Wave,
You know more
though.
about it than me.
My
It sounds
wife
like I
loves
don't
that
know.
shit. I be pulling up from work and I be hearing Rod Wave playing this shit. You know what I'm saying? My wife plays it all the time, the Rod Wave and Jelly Roll. That's her two go tos that she plays all the time. This shit.
I mess with Jelly Roll too. I mess with him.
He just
He
did a show
alright.
here in Detroit. Eminem came out with him and he rapped. Jelly Roll rapped "Lose Yourself" lyrics
Yeah, I
and
heard
shit
about
with
that.
Eminem up there with him and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Parkhead boy, our Glasgow family and shit. He been rocking with us for a long time. He a hood smoker and shit. But he said, "Don't say Drake." Laugh out loud.
Drake got some good songs. He got some good music.
That's an honorable mention. Yeah, no, I get you on that.
Yeah, speaking of Drake, you ever heard that hit that version of Superman he tried to do?
Not me. I don't.
He actually tried to remake Eminem's song Superman. I'm listening to the chorus. One day you took Monday until then I sent my drunk ass on this runway, some shit, and I'm like, come on now, Drake, you just blatant.
Yeah, you can say I haven't heard it either, man. I'm gonna remake one
Just
of
one of
his
your
songs.
homies in the chat.
And
Okay.
Superman too.
Red flag Red Flag Chew said, "Hey, brother."
Yeah, that's my big sis right there. Shout out to Chew.
Oh, all right. Salute.
Yeah, she from Southwest actually.
Okay,
Southwest.
salute.
Shit,
Yeah.
going on Southwest, of course.
Southwest Detroit in the motherfucking building.
Building. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Southwest. I love my homies in Southwest.
Definitely, that's what I want
Long
to
live
say.
JB. That's my
Oh,
fault. Hey,
no, you go ahead, man.
Yeah. Long live JB from Southwest 049 Bo DMG.
Oh yeah, rest in peace to you talking about JB So Wavy?
Yep, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was my homie.
Gus. You up on Gus 049 Gus?
Yeah, I know who that is. I probably met him once or twice, but I really knew JB though.
Okay, yeah, Gus, I knew him since he was like eating hot Cheetos and drinking juice boxes. He hung out with my kids, you know what I'm saying? Went to school with them and shit. We lived on Navy over there off Springwells, and they went to Phoenix Elementary School. It used to be Old Wilson and shit over there Southwest. But yeah, rest in peace to JB. We was just talking too because he had started doing that podcast where he was in the car, and I was talking to JB. We was gonna set something up and shit. We had just talked to him and shit, and then fucking that shit happened. That shit's fucked up, though. I remember him pulling up to us. We was on 4th Street, and he had a CD. He just whipped up on us. He's like, yo. We looked over, like, who the fuck is that? And he was like, JB handed us over a CD and shit. Fucking. No, he was cool people and shit. Rest in peace. He was a dope MC.
He was. Yeah, go check out that. Matter of fact, that song with him and Gus, that Emotion song. That's my shit right there.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
So, what about what other Detroit rappers that are like big, like right now? What would you say are popping? Like the T Grizzlies, the Bezzos, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, T Grizzly cool. Of course, everyone know about like Skilla Baby, Sada Baby. And I listen to all some of all of their songs. They got what's that young dude name? I don't want to say too many names because the thing about Detroit is a lot of these rappers they in they in the streets. You know what I'm saying? They be in the streets and stuff and whoop. And I just don't want people to see this interview and get it misconstrued.
No, it's all love. We rock.
Yeah. Let me put a disclaimer. Like peace first and foremost.
Yeah, absolutely. And we and we talk about the music, but GMO Stacks. He a young cat rapping. I be listening to a little bit of his stuff. YBN Lil Bro. I be listening to some of his stuff. He got some of these youngsters, they pretty talented. They pretty talented.
Yeah.
Agreed. That's what we want to try and do too. Is like not just be a bunch of old heads on that. It's like we always wanted to encourage that if you got something that you're doing and stuff, and like definitely don't be afraid to reach out to us and
I say this: the more and more those names get put out there, as far as music wise, and then more their music is streamed and appreciated, the less they will be in the streets.
Right.
True. Agreed.
Yeah. And yeah, you're right. And I did end up, saying their names and stuff. I just know how the streets are, and I don't want it to be
Right.
How the internet get, they twist stuff.
Oh yeah. I know where you was coming from as well. Yeah, not seem like you were like siding too much for one thing that was a side of. Yeah, I get what you mean. That's why I do the disclaimer.
Yeah, and while I'm thinking about it too, though, is as far as the music, shout out to the homies on the east side in the red zone, the RBG cats, Baby Rail, Gutta, Killer Will, my brother Killer Will. They all do music too. Check them out. RBG. I listen to them too.
Yeah, put them out there, give them shout outs. Anybody that underground, all that we represent from
If anybody watching and you got something going, then like that, right on the platform, definitely reach out to us.
Yeah. As guests, you know what I'm saying? Let us know. Just plug us in. You know what I'm saying? Put them up. Shoot I'll holler at them. Shoot me their info and shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I got you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we ain't gonna do like somebody see like we don't mention names too, but we ain't gonna go send you a whole menu of like prices and shit like that. Our thing is like on our thing is like we want to work with people, and we're about hip hop, not about
Right, right. See,
dividends.
and another reason why I don't like to name drop too though, is because I don't want to forget anybody. You'll have someone that be like, "Hey, you done listed all these people. Why don't you holler at me? We boys will whoop." And it's like, I can't remember everything and everyone. So it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
that's another reason why I don't like to name drop. Like while I'm thinking about it, shout out Red Zone Ken. He make music. He a young
Yeah.
cat. He got a lot of stuff going on as far as like different YouTubes and podcasts and episodes, but he be rapping too. So yeah, shout out Red Zone Ken.
Okay. All right.
So you was born in '89. So you came when you was a teenager when like Rock Bottom and the Street Lords and shit. Were you all like bumping that?
Yeah, I bumped them. Doughboy Cash Outs. I was probably a little older than a teenager when Doughboy Cash Out got big. But yeah, Rock Bottom, Street Lords. Of course, Blade Icewood. Lodge Boys. Used to bump the Lodge Boys.
Can you cop it like this? Man, I cop it like that. Boy, I cop it like this. I cop it. Make stacks. Work. That was
I
my
was heavy with both Rock Bottom and the Street Lords. You know what I'm saying? We've had Herc out here. We've had Jay Nutty out here a couple times. You know what I'm saying? We've had pretty much everybody from Rock Bottom. We've had Jay O'Neal from Street Lord, Cheddar Boy, so Dirty Glove.
Yeah.
But yeah, we rock with them. We rock with them all. The producer Starstruck. You know what I'm saying? We've had so yeah, we rock with all of them. And all the way to first generation, like Awesome Dre. Were you up on Awesome Dre? Listen, that's old school. I'm talking about
Yeah, I can't say I was. Yeah, I can't say I was
Merciless
on that one.
Affair. Yeah, that was like first generation hip hop in
First
Detroit.
generation.
Okay.
Just curious, yeah, because yeah.
What about ICP? You got an opinion on him? Because we've interviewed, we celebrate all genres of hip hop here. We don't discriminate against any genre. We celebrate every genre of hip hop here.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, of course, I know who ICP is, and salute to them. They did the thing independent. But me personally, growing up, I mean, of course, I've listened to him, I've heard him, but I wasn't bumping them like that. You know what I'm saying? It was more so other people would be bumping them, and who are these? Oh, this is, I forget their name, Silent J and Shaggy and ICP. Yeah, so it's like, of course, I heard them and stuff, but.
Did you keep their format on how they was putting out music? Album, EP.
Say that one time.
They formula how they was putting out albums. Album, EP.
Okay.
How they was releasing. You want to know who they got that from?
Oh, okay. Here we go.
They got that from Esham.
Okay, so now Esham, I know Esham. Yeah,
See, that's what I had a feeling that you probably definitely know Esham more than
Yeah, absolutely.
ICP he got a lot of game from Esham.
Yeah, I think a lot of Detroit artists probably did.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, that being said, do you have a Detroit Mount Rushmore? And if you want to go from generation, I usually try and say that. You can do 5 plus maybe an honorable mention or something like that. If you've seen it.
All the people I've already mentioned, of course, see it's hard to do. Detroit got a lot of good music. Detroit, is slept on, but Detroit is Motown to me. I know people say it's Atlanta now, but Detroit will always be Motown to me. So I look at Detroit like it's almost like a mecca for music.
No doubt.
In its own way. And Detroit Mount, man, that'd be hard. People that we haven't mentioned yet that definitely deserve an honorable mention would be like Stretch Money, KDZ, Tone.
Okay.
I know there's more. Big Sean, Eminem, of course. You can't leave out Eminem.
No.
I don't.
He gets a lot of hate, but we've had people out here like we have a good friend of the show is Mark Doughboy Hicks. He's the manager for D12, and he was the one who brought Biggie to Detroit before Biggie was famous and shit. And, the whole Junior Mafia, Lil Caesar, and but he was on here. He was just with Eminem. He did the whole shady takeover when Eminem did drop that album. They took over downtown. He was responsible for putting that all together. The driving billboards with the video playing and shit and all that shit. Fucking
Oh yeah.
and all that. But yeah,
Okay.
Eminem done a lot for Detroit. People don't realize that. Like he just doesn't go around bragging about it because people be like, oh, he only put D12 on and OB Trice, but he put on like we've had people on here that are eating good right now that rock with M and Proof, rest in peace, and D12, and then and that are making money off their music. They might not be famous and mainstream, but they're eating good. You know what I'm saying? And comfortable and can feed their families off their
Took
music
care
and
of
shit. Because
yeah.
Eminem put them in position and shit from Detroit.
Yeah.
And that's what's most important is you know when you can do something you love, do something that you're passionate about, and survive off of it and live off of it. You know, you people ain't got to be famous and mainstream and be millionaires. You know, like I don't even know who would really want that for real anyway. You know, to be famous and not be able to walk down the street.
Especially more we're hearing about the industry itself too. Yeah.
Right. So yeah. So that exactly. That's another aspect. Like, do you really want to be in the industry? Do you really want to sign your name on a contract? Do you really want to be
You really want to suck up? No.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But yeah, hey, shout out to D12, Obi Trice, all them too. They actually they definitely get honorable mentions as well. D12, Bizarre, all them cats.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, no
Shout
doubt,
out to
man.
everybody in
No.
the chat too. We got Christopher Jordan in the chat, our Staten
Oh,
Island fan.
Christopher Jordan, that's my homie out here too.
He's
Yeah.
in Tucson now. He's from Staten Island. Yeah, we got
Yep.
people from all over tuned in. So we got L.K
Yeah.
the Leprechaun in the building.
Yep.
Like I said, he's been talking
Yep.
a lot about doing positive things and like how he changed his life from going from being a gang member to doing positive things for the community and doing like
Yeah.
things, which is dope. That's what we like to see and shit. That's what we're trying to do
Yeah.
here. We try to keep it positive and shit. And so how is there a way, like, let's say there's some people out here, rappers, even people that want to like sponsors or anything like that want to reach out to you? What would be the best way they can get at you?
Reach out to me.
Yeah.
Let's say they wanted to work, put something together, I have you speak at
What's the
a
best
seminar.
way to contact you? Yeah, what's the best way to contact you?
So social media, LK the Leprechaun on Instagram. And my
Okay.
yeah, and my I got Facebook too. It's you might be able to type in LK the Leprechaun on Facebook and find me, but they wouldn't let me change my handle on Facebook, so it's 8 Mile LK. EIGHTMILE, then LKAY. But Instagram LK the Leprechaun. I know that should pop up. So
All right.
Yeah, Facebook's weird with that name stuff, so I know what you mean.
yeah, all that social media stuff weird, man.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, it's good though. You know, it got people like us together. You know, it definitely bring people together. You know, but yeah, social media, that stuff was wild.
Yeah, no. Anything you got going on, any type of events or anything, let us know and shit, and we'll help spread the
Oh
word.
yeah, 'cause we definitely we're about promoting on that, and like I said, yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I mean, we always do a back to school drive in August, and we usually do like a movie night or a barbecue sometime in the summertime. As of right now, we don't actually have anything set in stone, but I'll keep you all updated. Absolutely.
No, definitely no, because we like what you're doing on that. We knew like you came to us and stuff like that, and just like watching us, we were like, oh, okay, shit, like everybody else, you know. You might have thought the same thing. Oh, okay, here's my, okay, shit, let's bring you on. Good.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys giving me a voice on your
And actually, I
platform.
just kind of ask you, like, what made you stumble upon us, like the first time you kind of stumbled on us, like, if I may ask, that's okay.
It was the interview I did. Jay Gutta had commented on it or something, and followed me on Instagram. So I followed back and tapped into the YouTube channel and started binge watching. Yeah, I started binge watching the YouTube. You guys have a lot of good artists on your channel.
I appreciate that. Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you coming on here with us, man. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys for letting me on. I appreciate the opportunity.
But shit, we hope you having a good time with us too. Like
Oh
cause
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
yeah. Cause we always try and get away from like all the just boring nonsense stuff. Like like we've seen the different names we've had on here. Like anything from When you mentioned even like just the underground artists and giving them a voice, we appreciate when you mention that. As
Yeah,
opposed,
I
like
seen y'all.
okay, we have a great team.
I seen y'all had Hatch the Wise Guy on and stuff not too long ago. That was a good interview. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hatch.
That's the main thing we try to step outside of is like trying to ask the same boring questions. Oh yeah, so how was it like working with so and so? And like Or our main thing is like I like to try and take them out of that and just it's like four of us homeboys talking right now.
Right. Yeah, I had Jay Gutter up. I was like, is there you guys got any questions or woo, how's it gonna be? Like I see your YouTube channel's like a panel whoop whoop, and like I'm not used to being on camera. I'm not a big talker for real. And he was like, oh, don't worry about it. You'll be good and wooty woo. And I was like, hey, there's four of us, so I'm sure it'd be dope. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I saw your promotion before the thing. You did pretty good on that too, man. I wanted to tell you. I saw the thing where you was just talking about you was going to be on. I seen that on your the page
Sure
popped up on
y'all
my
check
thread.
that out too. What's it?
Yeah.
Plug that again so everybody know.
Plug it, yeah. Plug it for him. Yeah, plug it for him, brother. Yeah,
What you need?
plug. Yeah, plug your stuff real quick. Like where like
All right, Instagram, L.K the Leprechaun. Facebook, 8 Mile L.K. And I got a YouTube channel too, L.K the Leprechaun on YouTube. YouTube channel too. Yeah.
Okay, the song.
I
Yeah.
got a TikTok too, but I don't, I'm more active on like Instagram and Facebook. The TikTok kind of new. The TikTok, I don't know. All this stuff is wild to me.
Okay, that kind of actually makes us
Look, I
feel
see
better.
your face like, what? You got a TikTok?
Nah.
Yeah, see, I was gonna say that even makes us feel better because we just got to teach yourself about
Yeah.
all
Hey,
TikTok.
social media and the internet, that's like the new wave. It's a big wave. Like, it is. Well, like when I was younger, my dad used to always say, learn about computers, know about computers. And we was what do you call it? Like not as not as well off as other people. So like we never had internet, we never had no computer, we never had no cable, we never had that stuff. So when I got older and started getting into like the computer stuff, it's just foreign to me for real.
Damn. Yeah. Nah, I feel you in that. Yeah.
I'm getting the hang of it though.
Trust me. No, trust me. We know about it because the internet wasn't even all that accessible when we was coming up.
Yeah. I could only imagine. So hey, kudos to you knowing how to do the Discord and even get four of us popping up on the screen like that, because I couldn't know how to do it.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. And actually, we learned this from young cats. Gutter could tell you that.
Right. Yeah. My wife do everything for me on the internet.
I got pulled up halfway on the screen too, so people can see it. The interview you did with the LK White Bluff and May Mile, Detroit, Rolling 20s neighborhood, Detroit, Michigan. I got it pulled up so people can see it, so they know. Go check that out. Y'all go watch it. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. I watched it.
Yeah. Tap into his channel too, the Rare Breeds channel on YouTube and Instagram. He do a lot of good stuff. Now I will say that the interview that he did, I didn't know it was gonna be exactly like that. He put the pictures and the news articles in there. He made it look good. But he just shot me some questions and I just answered them. But he did his thing, editing it together. It looked different than what I thought it would be, but.
Yeah.
I thought
and actually, like that's what we try and do is we want you to kind of run the interview in a way. If like some people think we should just like shoot the questions. Like I think people who've done that, they usually have those questions. They just shoot them. Ours, whatever you want to talk about, you control the interview though. I'm saying even right now, if there's something in particular you want to get out there, let us know right now. Like for real, like what you got going on. Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking about like the community stuff. I dropped the YouTube and stuff. what I will also press the issue about, is the youth staying away from the streets, away from crime. I know it's hard, especially because you got all this propaganda programming, people, and it's, and I get it, the negativity, even like the rap and hip hop music, you got the drill music,
Yeah.
when I was younger, it was the crunk music, being in the club and getting crunk and stuff. And you'll be listening to the music and then watching like these these mafia movies and Tony Montana, and the shit gets in your head, bro, and it's like people try to imitate that in real life, and it don't end up working out the way you think it's going to.
Yeah. Say that for the people in the back. Yeah, for real. Yeah, it ain't gonna.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You could be, you could be whatever hero you are and stuff like that, but it ain't gonna be, like what you're enjoying and listening to the music. It ain't gonna work out the same way. Like
Right.
Pac may have done that, King Von may have done that. Yeah, you're not King Von or Pac, or any of the people.
Shout out to our homie Jay Nutty. I think he said it best. He said something where everybody trying to be gangster and prove it, but is it really gangster if you die trying to prove it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's that's.
But it's always gonna be that type of reaction in hip hop, because just think about it. Back in the day when NWA Gangsta used to come on in the club, what used to happen?
Everybody throwing signs in the air, fucking scrapping, you know what I'm saying? Going down, bottles getting hit on.
Right, you say first person that I saw hit him in the jaw. That was everybody used to always walk up to somebody and hit them in the jaw, right on that part.
Yeah, that's what I mean when I said when I was younger, it was like the crunk music, why you acting like a bia, and throwing up your, like you said, throwing up your set, and throw it up, and F your hood if F you if you're not from my hood, and and then it just elevated to this drill music nowadays, and it's like people glorifying the murders and the drug dealing and all this negativity. And it's for the younger generation, it's addicting. You know what I'm saying? When you get into that life and you live in a fast life, and it's really addicting.
Yeah. And would you say that cloud is probably like a more addictive drug than probably the most addictive drug currently right now? I think. Would you say clout is almost like the most addictive drug in I just say social media, not just even hip hop?
Yeah. So clout, social media, it's definitely a drug. It's definitely
like you
addicting.
get a name for yourself, and this guy goes, "Yeah, you know what? This guy's making a buzz right here, but I can make a name for myself if I come at him."
Yeah, exactly. And
Especially
people,
if he responds, especially if he responds to me.
right. Or if you even get like a little bit of views, you know what I'm saying? Like there's people out there with millions and hundreds of thousands and all these views, and you'll have like a nobody get like 10 or 20,000 views, and they'll they not humble, they they think they I don't know what they think.
No, I'm flexing. Yeah. No, but I was just thinking, clout should be called a drug now.
Yeah, absolutely. And it has the same effect as drugs. It does something in your brain. Your chemicals. Hormones. Just like food and sugar and shit like that, and music too. Who's that dude that XXX extension? Yeah, he was talking about that. He was talking about how music alters your brain waves and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was a wise young man right there, I must say. Especially when he was talking also about the frequency of like what he was saying about recording on a different frequency. Like for those who may know about that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That dude back in the day, I don't know what he was, a scientist or whatever, but you got Nikola Tesla and Einstein, and they all talk about that, the vibration and frequency of sound and music, and it changes our chemical makeup.
Yeah.
And it could,
Like
and it
you
could be
think about it,
good.
like the happiness frequency, like that messes with our serotonin
Yeah.
being the happy in our brains. Yeah.
I mean, you pay attention pay attention to the high school prom and the high school dances when you were in high school.
Mm-hmm.
How they would do the music. And you know when they get close to the end of the night, they play the slow song. But what happened when they play the slow jam?
Right.
Now everybody looking for somebody to dance with. Everybody getting googly eyed.
Right. Because I love making music. Yeah, and it could be for the good or the bad. Like they say Beethoven's Fifth Symphony is known to reduce like cancer cells and rejuvenate your cells and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it all depends how you want to do it. Could be bad, could be good. Ups and downs, everything in life.
See, that's real talk. Yeah, so what you're saying right there, man. Because I'm a fan of reggae. Like besides rap and everything like that, and I've always heard reggae is another one that's like it just
It is
for the help. Just the calm mood, everything like that. I mean, maybe certain types of reggae, not so much, but definitely like the groove and stuff like that. I think it brings peace to the soul. Because when I'm stressed out, I listen to reggae.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, yeah, music. Depending on what mood I'm in, that depends. That dictates what music I'm gonna play. What kind of mood.
Because I focus, definitely if it's like angry and irate and everything, and I listen to some irate and angry music to go with it and stuff, it's just gonna add to my thing. But if I listen to something that's gonna bring me down a little bit and it, mellow out, all right, it ain't so bad.
Right.
So that's why I think us as hosts and stuff, we're about the culture first and foremost.
I listen to all different types of music too, cause I got different playlists. I got I got about 1,000 of the R&B playlists.
Right.
I keep them in constant rotation because I work with a whole bunch of women, so I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that.
I bet you wouldn't even believe this, but he probably knows more about heavy metal than any of us on this panel right here, Brother King.
Yes, actually, without a doubt, man. Yes, I mean, well, and I would just say, yeah, Brother King X right there. Yeah, he's like pretty much our historian, but he does know. He definitely
every genre.
You do know hip hop a lot, not just hip hop. But I'm just gonna say that with the metal part, yeah, Big X.
Now, if I know I'm gonna be working on the house and want to get you and want to be energized, then of course I'm gonna throw in that Slater.
Right.
And you said you listen to pretty much every kind of music too, right, brother?
Yeah. I used to listen to like a lot of Metallica would be one of them. They kind of like some I don't know what they would be called, but yeah, Metallica would probably be one of my favorites as far as like the metal or the heavy rock or whatever it's called.
My favorite
too, because it used to be called metal. You're like in our day we would call it metal, but now it's like damn, there's so much. It's changed. It's like
you ever fuck with Body Count?
Yeah, Body Count.
I've been rocking with them since the 90s.
What's man? There's a couple of them. Drowning Pool. Pink Floyd, Slipknot.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's dope. Now it's good to have a variety, like not be stuck on one style, one genre of music. You know what I'm saying? That's what what we do over here too and shit. We celebrate all genres, whether we listen to that music or not. We still have guests on here and shit that do that style of music and shit. So, but
absolutely. You got to have a variety of music.
Right.
Yeah.
Red flag. She said no mellow music here. Then just put some hands over the face.
All right.
So
all right now. No, I'm just kidding.
No matter the genre of music, somebody always got a song. No matter what the genre is, that you can relate to that touches you deep down inside.
Yeah, if you think about it, what country singers sing about is really close to hip hop because they're talking about the poor country life and the hood,
And
their hood, and the.
Well, I also I think I might need to kind of interrupt a little bit. I'm just saying like now it's kind of changed, but I'm just saying about the stuff from the
We'll
older
talk about the
generation has
struggle,
been
you know what I'm
more.
saying? Drinking beers, shooting guns,
So,
all that type of shit.
Women.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I absolutely agree. I bump some country too sometimes.
yeah, because I was gonna say before the pop country that you know like because we can say the same about hip hop currently too. There's a lot of that pop hip hop. Yeah.
A lot of the music is getting infused.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fact.
Yeah.
So, no, I want to make sure we get everything out there. I'm glad we had you on here and shit. It's definitely an honor
And
to
that's
have
why I
you
was
on
like,
here, dog.
anything you want to talk about, definitely like bring it up like for real, because that's how we run our thing. Is we let you run the thing. You know, we don't cover these questions. Yeah.
Yeah. So look, I got a story. Someone asked me, actually my big homegirl's cousin. I don't, again with the name dropping, I just call her Miss V. But she hit me up the other
Oh,
day.
let me tell you in advance before you go into that story too. Also,
Yeah.
man, if in the interview anything that you want changed on that, man, just holler at us after and stuff like that too, because we won't just let it
Yeah.
roll like you know the Vlad and them.
I'm good. I'm an open book for real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm not used to all this, but I don't care about no haters and stuff. I know you was saying about, I seen you going back and forth with the haters in the comments. And I did, you know what I'm saying? It don't get under my skin. I just think it's funny, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
yeah.
No. I had
Yeah.
your back in that, man, for sure, man. Yeah.
You have
Yeah,
100
that's
positive comments and this that one hater that stands out and shit. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah,
Exactly. You'll have like
they hate what they when somebody's doing good. That's what it is. You're doing good. You're doing some positive
right.
stuff.
Yeah. Fools ain't got nothing going for them for real. That it's an insecurity thing. People are
Haters
insecure.
ain't nothing but fans deep down inside.
They really, yeah.
Fans
Like I
in
always say,
denial.
fans in denial.
Yeah.
They fans in denial, man.
Fans in disguise.
Yep. But yeah, go ahead. Like what you was just saying though. You was sorry, I didn't
Yeah.
mean to.
No, you're
But,
good. You're good. And while I'm
yeah.
telling the story, any questions or whatever, feel free to ask. But girl, homegirl cousin, she asked me something and I responded to her. She asked me why'd I join a gang or how'd I get involved in gangs? And I've only been asked that question like one other time besides that. And when I explained it to her, she was like, like she got it. She was like, "Oh yeah," she was like, "I could see this and that," and she was like, "You should write a book and whoop de whoop." But she was like, a lot of people are in the gangs and doing this and that, but they never say why they joined a gang. And I know a lot of people it's for like family. People do it for different reasons. But me,
Clout.
yeah, cloud. People think
that
it's
drug again. That drug again.
Yeah, especially nowadays. See, 2025, it's like everybody belong to a gang or a clique or this or that. Music and media blow stuff up, and like or one rapper will blow something up, and it get blown out of proportion without people thinking about the consequences of it, without people thinking about what really comes with it. And people don't realize a lot of people lose their life behind this stuff, so it's serious to a lot of people, where other people it's like they don't take it that serious because they not really like you said, they doing it for cloud or whatever. But are y'all ready for story time?
Yeah. No, yeah.
Alright, so early 2000s, probably about 2002 or 3, I was about 13 or 14. And it was Halloween night, warm Halloween night. I was hanging out with the fellas. We was hanging out with the girls, doing the Halloween thing, the trick-or-treating thing, going up to the store, getting, free Slurpees and going, doing our thing. We post up at a parking
Devil's
lot
Night
behind
too.
the
Devil's
store.
Night too.
Huh?
Devil's Night. Devil's Night too.
That one time?
I was saying Devil's Night too, as well.
Oh
Devil's
yeah. Shit, I got actually got carjacked on Devil's Night one time when I was young. but
Oh,
but but anyway
go
though, back
ahead.
yeah. But Halloween though, so you know, it's about me, 4 or 5 of my boys, 4 or 5 girls, you know, kicking it. We behind the store, kicking it in the parking lot. Um, two dudes, they come walking, do. And one of the girls, being a female, hey, I think I know him. I think it's my brother's friend or whatever. Whoop, whoop. You know, 3 minutes later, she's like, I'm gonna go say hi to him and see if you know, they my brother's friend or whatever. So she start walking towards these two dudes with one of her friends. You know, me being a gentleman, you know, I'd straggle 5 feet behind. You know, they approaching, you know, strangers. We don't know them for real. She just thinks she know them. So so she goes up to him, and right off rip, dudes is disrespectful, calling the females all type of B words and S words and this and that. So one of my boys I was with start getting into a little altercation with them, and next thing you know, dudes is, you know, getting down. So I jump in, dude jump in. These, you know what I'm saying? It get to a little scuffle, and you know, we ain't whoop dude too bad, but we you know, we definitely, you know, put a pause on him. So
Yeah.
hey, stop, woo woo. We finna walk away. My boy had him in the headlock. We're like, we don't even want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like all this could have been avoided. You know what I'm saying? We were there for a good time. We weren't here for that.
Yeah.
So dude's like, all right, you know, I'm stopping, whatever, whoop de whoop. Let him go. Someone screamed, cops, police. So everyone take off running. I'm about to cross the street. I turn around. The girls are slow motion picking up their bags of candy or their hoodies or whatever they were doing. And these two dudes were now walking towards them. So I ran back to the girls, again, being the gentleman that I am, you know, just making sure they're good.
Looking out for them. Yeah, I get
Exactly. So now it's just me and the girls walking. These dudes done took off. These two dudes we just whooped on, they walking, and now the girls is talking shit to them. The girl that got called all type of B words and whoop de whoop, right?
Yeah.
Dude holding himself like, you know, F y'all, I'm still standing, whatever, woo woo. Well, little did we know at the time, they lived right around the corner. Had a Halloween party going on with their older brothers and people from their neighborhood. Cause I'm not in my neighborhood. I'm in a different neighborhood. So
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm already okay. Yeah.
we walk maybe 2 houses. Next thing you know, car pull up, dudes pop out. And as you were saying, wasn't no guns back then. People would have baseball bats and chains and pipes.
Right.
And you know, jumped on me real bad. You know what I'm saying? They tried to kill me. You know, I could have lost my life. And so going through all that, fast forward, I messed up. You know what I'm saying? I had a white T-shirt on. Woke up, looked like I bought it red type stuff. You know, broken nose, enclosed head injuries, cracked ribs, lumps and bruises all over. So fast forward, next day, you know, word get around what happened. You know how that go. So people knocking at my door, hey, you good? This, that, and the second, whoop de whoop. You want to come outside with us? Da da da. Bro, I'm healing. You know what I'm saying? Let me
Yeah.
rest one day. Next day, they come over. Hey, you want to come outside? All right, yeah. You know, I'm feeling better after, you know, healing for 24, 36 hours. So I'm coming outside. We hang out all day, you know, doing whatever we do, smoke, basketball, you know, typical shit. And
Right.
nighttime falls. And the dudes I'm with, hey, so what happened? Where were you at? You know who they were, whoop de whoop. So now they ready to seek justice on my behalf. We hop in the cars and they we up and down the streets of the neighborhood that happened at, knocking on any door that we think a car resembling it might look like. And
yeah.
from then on, I was hooked on the gang life because it was like I had these people ready to go to bat for me, ready to risk their freedom for me. And it's just love and power, and it was just intoxicating. And that's how I got into the gangs at a young age, is because
Yeah,
of something crazy that happened to me.
that's real talk. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that drug right there. That clout. Like I would say, like
Right.
it doesn't have to just be online. But yeah, that clout. It's like, damn, that's that. Yeah, the
Right, right,
juice.
right. Yeah, yeah.
It's like
Clout before clout was clout, I guess, right?
the movie Juice. Like right there. That's kind of like the new term for clout. I would say now. It's like Juice was what clout is. Become. Wouldn't you all say?
I agree.
Yeah, like, yeah. It's like, but it was the juice. I got the juice. That means you
Yeah.
got your people down for you. They're gonna do whatever. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit. You get. I think some people get a little too caught up in that and get too confident. But
Yeah, no,
you got
hey, that's exactly what it was. Just feeling the love, the power, the connection, the home, knowing that you got people to have your back and willing to, go the extra mile for you. It's like that shit is addicting. That shit's really addicting.
I mean, I hate to bring up that old song. I mean, whatever. I forget who did, but like, nothing could stop me. I'm all the way up.
Yeah, yeah,
kind of
yeah,
that feeling.
exactly,
Feeling.
exactly.
If you can stop me, I'm all the way. Yeah.
And then you give them praise, like, oh, they didn't take you out, you're strong, or you're tough, or you know what I'm saying, like, oh, you out here, you outside a day or two later, like, salute. Woo. So when you getting all that praise too, and like you said, it's clout. It goes to your head, you're like, yeah, walking down the street lumped up, like, I'm the man though.
It's
Yeah.
adrenaline
Yeah.
rush at
No,
the same
no,
time. I
no, like,
mean,
yeah.
I know that feeling when you getting busted and like when the bullets, you can feel them whizzing by your head, and then but for some reason when you make it through the shit, y'all end up laughing about the shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you go and get it's a cycle that don't ever end though, because then what, you go shoot them up, they come back on the block, shoot y'all, it goes back and forth, and it
Keeps
never ends and shit, and it's
the
either
cycle.
death of the cemetery, death of the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody really wins. Nobody wins.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that war, no one wins, and that don't just go for like wars with other countries. That's war in the hood too. I mean, when you warring, it's hard to make money too and shit. I mean, you trying to be on the block doing what you do, you hustle and shit, and you got to worry about people rolling up, blasting it, you because you're at war with someone. And I don't know. I had a lot of time to think about that shit when I was in the joint, and
Yep.
that's when I started clicking up with other people that was just from my neighborhood and just from not even just my neighborhood, from other neighborhoods too and shit. And it was like, fuck that. That's not what it like. I don't need these 100, 200 motherfuckers that say they're my boys and shit. Like fucking, I just need a couple dogs that I fuck with and shit, and like keep the circle smaller and shit. Like, and that's when I kind of like got away from that lifestyle like that and shit. But no, I'm glad you came out here and the youth needs to hear this, and that's why I think that's dope. I mean, shout out to Let's Be Blunt, the podcast. They said big shout out L.K.
Oh,
Safety and blessings
salute.
from the
Yeah,
shot.
let's be blunt to podcast.
Yeah, shout out to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? To be from Southwest, there's a lot of Chicago influenced gangs in Southwest Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Big time.
Yeah, and also like because we're just getting to know each other. So forgive me if I'm not totally on everything on your pages and stuff like that. But I was gonna ask if you've done like inspirational kind of videos and stuff or thought about doing that because I could see you doing something like
Yeah, I've definitely thought about it. So as far as like my social media pages, I really haven't done nothing like that. On my YouTube pages, at first I was just kind of dibbling dabbling, but I started reading. Everyone's into the streets and the gang stuff, so I go on this what's it called? It's a website, the government website, and they have all type of drug recos and gang recos, and I just tell speak on the article, put some pictures and videos together for it, and at the end of the video, I just always my whole point in making the videos is to show the youth this ain't the path you want to go down. It don't matter where you're from, what gang you're from, what clique you're from. It don't matter what race, what gender you are. The it doesn't discriminate, and you can be wrapped up in a RICO, not even knowing people, but because y'all claim the same thing or y'all on the same block or come from the same neighborhood, and these people over here are doing something illegal, these other people are doing something else illegal, and you just doing nothing. But because all of y'all claim the same thing or in the same vicinity, you guys could all get wrapped up, and it's like it ain't no good, no
Amen.
point.
Yeah, no, that's what's up, man. Yeah, that's that. But definitely, I could see you doing that because I didn't know if you were doing it before. Because otherwise, I was gonna definitely see you got my support, man. If you do something like that, man, I
Yeah,
could see you doing.
yeah, it's on the list. It's on the list. I've definitely brainstorm ideas of what to do on social media and how to continue with the YouTube, and yeah, motivational stuff like that, motivational speaking, and like you said, inspirational stuff like that.
Yeah.
I definitely think about it, and yeah, in the future, and in the near future, yeah, I definitely do some stuff like that.
That's what's
Man,
up.
come
Yeah,
on.
and I got
No,
your
because
YouTube page
and
pulled
keep
up
us
too. Like,
posted on that too. If you do that, man, just share it with us, man. I want to see that. Because I could see you do something like that. And when you said you're not like really about being on the camera and stuff like that and all that, I was gonna say you did very good on just doing the promotion for us and stuff. Just kind of think of it like that, how you did for us, and just do it on your own.
Yeah, I had a homegirl who I sent her the rare breeds video, and she messaged me back. She was like, "Hey, that was dope. You should be on camera more. You're a good speaker. You need to do this more. Hey, I be checking out your YouTube channel. Why don't you ever be on camera on your YouTube channel? Hey, start telling your story, man. Start doing this and that. Whoop, whoop." And I was just like, "Okay, yeah. I thought about it, and I probably will. I got, I work. I got children. You know what I'm saying? I'm a proud daddy, so it's like I got,
So,
you know how it is, life.
yeah, man. Yeah, life gets in the way too. Yeah, life gets in the way.
Right. But yeah, doing the social media and the YouTube stuff, I'll definitely be telling my story a little bit more and opening up a little bit more on my platforms. Absolutely.
Definitely stay in contact with us, man. We rock with you and hope you're having a good time with us. And also,
Yeah,
how many kids you got? No,
I got
we can
2 girls and 2 boys.
right on. That's
Or-
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
family over everything. You know what I'm saying?
Family over everything. Yeah. What was it? Gutta, you said
Yeah,
FOE.
my son's got
Yeah.
that tattooed on his hand. He's 21 now, but he's got that tattooed on his hand, FOE and shit. He actually got stretched by the police. They thought it was a gang and shit. He was like, no, he was like, family over everything.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. People get wrapped up over silly stuff that don't mean nothing. But the police and these alphabet, they try to throw shit sideways and try to make something out of nothing.
Right. And that's some bullshit, yeah. No, the police are fucked up. I seen that cop in Grand Rapids got away with that. I mean, did everybody see the same video I seen where he busted dude in the back of the dome. You know what I'm saying? It was like, there's you're a cop. You're on his back. I know. I train mixed martial arts and shit like that. I know that if you're on top and you got the back, you got the advantage and shit. His life was not threatened, and they let him off on that shit, and he won't be retried, which I think is bullshit. It's like, the police need to get it together, dog, because they're definitely not doing it. Especially Detroit, the response time is like 40 minutes. I got stressed out because during the pandemic, I did a video during lockdown and showed that they built this new precinct because they closed down Green, the 4 precinct, because they all got indicted. Gang Squad and all them back in the 90s, they all got indicted. And fucking, so they opened up, they called it Southwest Division. It was a fire station and a police station. I rode up in there during lockdown and it was dark as fuck. Nobody was there, and I'm showing everybody this shit, and I'm riding through there. I ended up getting stressed out. They got the video took down, but then like about a week later, I rode back up in there, and this time we rolled a blunt. We sat in the parking lot of the police station, rolled a blunt, smoked it, like, and showed people like, look, this is who's protecting us and shit out here. The cops ain't even out here doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and they wonder why shit's so fucked up and why people are doing the shit they're doing and shit, and everybody.
911 is a joke. 911 is a joke. Yeah.
Oh man, don't let me get started on the San Francisco Police Department, bro. Don't let me get started on them boys, bro. Man, I swear, one day I'm out in Frisco. I'm out seeing the family. So we all got on these shirts that say Apartment 3 DNA Entertainment on there. So we gonna roll to the store. My big brother was like, all right, let's roll to the store. Mama want a burrito or whatnot. But then we changed our mind, was gonna go to the other store. And we did a U-turn, which ain't illegal in San Francisco. Lord and behold, tell me why the boys behind us, hey, pulled us over, got us all up against the fence, asking us all types of questions about who the leader of the gang.
That's that bullshit.
Yeah, that's that bullshit.
I had a
That's
motherfucking
that
cop ask me that. And he was like, "What gang you in?" This was only a few years ago. I was on 4th Street, and I had my oldest daughter with me, and he was like, "What gang you?" I looked at him. I was like, "Motherfucker, I'm 40 years old. Motherfucking you asked me what? Did you just ask me what gang I'm in, dog? Like I ain't been." And then they was like, asked me about it. They were like, "Oh, you old school, this and that." And they was saying, brought up some old shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Eat this though. They take everybody ID, right? They see my ID say Detroit, Michigan.
Oh no!
So you must be the one they sending back with the dope.
Oh yeah, there you go. Cool.
I've been all over the country, and people think like you say you come from Detroit. Oh, you got the good work out there. You got the good work out in Detroit.
When y'all came to get me out there in Toledo and stuff, it was like I knew that was the worry too, because like they pull over Detroit license plates. So my plane ticket was like a lot cheaper to go land in Toledo, Ohio.
They picked Blatonio
But
from Toledo and brought him to Detroit. Yeah.
Crazy part about that incident was the young cop was cool. Cause when he pulled us over, he said, "If you got any kind of drugs in the car, just let me know, so I don't have to look for it. This San Francisco, we get less than about 15 pounds a week." So I'm like, okay, we like cool. But then his partner want to call for backup, get 2-3 more cars out there making a calls in the scene. Like, what the fuck for? We're going to get a burrito. Since when is it illegal for people to buy burritos?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and that sounded like the older cop was trying to like show out, like to try and show off for the younger, the younger cop, like hey, let me show you how we do, That's what it sounds like.
And they be playing that good cop, bad cop, trying to get you to open up.
Yes, amen. Yeah, that right.
But the young cop, he did what he said he was gonna do because he found a little substance. I ain't gonna say the name. He just took it and threw it down in the sewer. And said everything was cool.
Red flag said, try to get voicemail when you call 911. That's good.
Yes.
That takes 911 is a joke to a whole nother level.
911 is a joke to another level. Yes. Suicide hotline, can you please hold? It's almost like suicide hotline, can you please hold? That's the same.
I got your YouTube channel pulled up. So
I can see you, Ken. No, like.
It was definitely an honor having you out here, dog. And like Blatonio keeps saying, I hope you had a good time with us and shit. I want to make sure you got your message out there and shit. And we appreciate you sharing the story with us and shit about that went down. That was a dope story. We'll make a clip out of that, upload it. You know what I'm saying? A couple clips about the positive things you're doing. You know what I'm saying? In the community, which is dope. And we encourage that. That's why we say anything you got going on, just let us know. We'll post it on all our platforms, all that, help promote it. And I got your YouTube pulled up for the people.
Yeah,
to see
I'm not sure if we're connected on Instagram, but definitely Papa Jive. That you get something from me. That's me, Papa Jive. I'm Blatonio Todd, but Papa Jive on Instagram. So,
he does all the flyers and a lot of the like the video edits and clips and shit like that. So if you need any like things like that, you can holler at Blatonio too and shit. If you need anything like that done and shit for any events you got coming up, flyers, shit like that. You can just feel free to holler at us and shit.
I got you.
Gratitude. I appreciate that, gentlemen.
No doubt.
And now here's the hardest part, though. However, like if we want to do any shout outs, it's cool. Or if you just like you know who you are, kind of thing. Because I've always made this clear because it's the toughest part. Like you said, you don't want to seem favors. Why did you mention my name? I always like to do the disclaimer. It was just it's a spur of the moment thing. That's the hardest part of the interview.
Right. No. Shout out to everybody.
Like tell them to do an interview and see how tough it is. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Don't forget somebody. Don't forget somebody. I guarantee. Okay.
Right. Yeah. No, I think I had enough shout outs throughout this little interview. That I could think of. All them people that I already mentioned. Shout out to them. Shout out to everybody. Really, pushing peace and positivity. As you said before, the local rapper Detroit Skilla Baby. Just had a little incident and shit. So that's it's frustrating when you got people out here on the front lines pushing peace, and then you got the other side of things where people are still wrapped up in the violence. Hopefully we can come together and change that.
Yeah, no doubt. Y'all make sure you check out L.K, the Leprechaun. He's on YouTube, Instagram. Our Facebook is 8 Mile though, right? 8 Mile L.K, L.K 8 Mile L.K. Yeah. So
yes, sir. 8 Mile L.K.
I got the Instagram pinned to the top, and I got the YouTube on the half of the screen so they can see it and shit. So y'all know to go over there and subscribe. I put it in the description.
Go ahead. No, I'm saying the whole time we've been on this interview, I've been trying to the name of that street, and it still ain't came to me.
Oh shit.
Oh damn. All right.
The one you used to be on over here off of John R.
Yeah, I cannot think of the name of the street because
Plantown family
right on the corner, and John R was right there.
And Red Flag Truth says they following us. Salute. Appreciate you and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right back at you.
If y'all need one, we giving away the Jack Frost Bad Dreams Esham CD. Make sure y'all get your Jack Frost merch too. But you got any merch, by the way? I didn't ask you that. I see the Unity in the Community shirt hanging up over there. Do you have any merchandise?
I don't, not for real, not yet. All within due time.
Yeah, no doubt. We look forward to seeing you grow and continue to keep doing what Jack you're
Frost.
doing. Yeah, shout out to 8 Mile. I see 8 Mile in the chat. Shout out to 8 Mile. But shout out to the whole world. We international. Like I said, we got people from all over, not just Detroit and shit. It was just a Detroit-based podcast. But yeah, it was definitely an honor having you on here, fam. Appreciate you chopping it up with us and shit.
We'd love to have you back too. Like if you're interested.
Yeah, most definitely. Anything you got going on and shit, just let us know and shit. And if you got some artists, some homies that are in the rap game coming up, send them our way and shit. So, and we'll have them on the show and shit. Or their music, we'll play their music. We play music sometimes. So yeah, just send it in. We'll share it around on our platforms. Salute Red Flag Chew. They put some to y'all in the chat.
Yeah.
McWig Splitter says shout out to the baby oil at the Diddy Freak.
Oh man. We might have to get.
That's what I'm saying. That internet crazy.
Us, dog. What the fuck? You're a moderator. You ain't supposed to troll us.
Yeah. Whoa. Sound like he wants an appearance from B Diddy or something.
Oh, your birthday's next weekend.
Okay, as my 5-year-old nephew say, stay away from the Diddy oil.
The Diddy oil. Yeah.
Yeah. No, so much love. Y'all make sure you check out L.K. the Leprechaun. It's the Hood Smoker Podcast. Episode 334. Shit, I think we got the Latin Lover coming on next, the heavyweight champion of celebrity boxing, also a champion in the other boxing. We got Cuban Link about to be fighting in celebrity boxing. We'll be taking a trip to the Bronx for that. It's the the Rumble in the Bronx. He's fighting Hocus, so we're going out. We're gonna be taking a trip to the Bronx for that. So
Hocus Pocus.
Make sure y'all check out L.K. the Leprechaun. And we're about to jump up out of here, y'all. Anything else you want to say, L.K.?
No, just thanks for having me on. It was a pleasure. I appreciate you gentlemen for what you do. Keep doing your thing.
We appreciate having you on, brother. Yeah, no, for real.
Sir. We'll be in contact.
Yeah.
No doubt.
For real, yeah.
Everybody in the chat, if you want to subscribe already, and subscribe to L.K. the Leprechaun too, and check out his videos. I'm over here scrolling down. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of content over here. Check it out. Y'all like it and shit. I'm gonna definitely check it out too. So I'll put that in the description after the show's over.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. That's all I got to say. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Salute y'all. And we gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go out with Jack Frost, Bad Dreams and shit. I'm gonna play the video and we gonna end the show. So salute. Anything BKX, Blatonio, Todd, anything y'all wanna say before we jump up out of here?
No,
pretty much. Just, much love. Like everybody on here on this platform right here. Definitely all build. Definitely, I like the positivity.
Pretty much love to everybody on this platform, everybody that tuned in, the whole Hood Smokers alumni, everybody in the chat, everybody too many tonight. But keep tuning in, like, subscribe, each one, teach one, tell one.
Yep. Each one teach three. Each one.
And do the same thing for L.K. that Leprechaun. Like, subscribe, tell the next person, boom, and that's how we will achieve what we want to achieve. Because the teamwork will make the dream work.
Yes.
Blatonio.
Yeah. I can't even compete with that right there. It was like I was saying, an agreeing right there with BKX right there.
Keep that rhythm going.
Yeah. This is
All right, y'all.
It's
We
gonna be
out
off
here.
the
Much
chain.
love, y'all, from the Hood Smoker Podcast.
Yeah.
Salute. We out.
Salute, homie.
Peace.
Much love.
Much love, y'all. We got the CDs.
Is it a dream? Fiends, money busting out your jeans. Only problem that you got is what to do with all this cream. You got no education, you think the money you making gonna equal respect, but you sadly mistaken. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, no one to trust. Nightmares of chasing bags, buzzing mags, popping tags, picking up and dropping off, hopping in and out of Jags. Your life is on the line every time you step outside. Every time you ride, that could be your last ride. These streets are full of unsolved homicides. Every time your mama cried, you were saying I'ma slide. A gangster's mental health is really scary. There's only two choices you got, jail or the cemetery. Chances make champions, but choices make change. A dope man's nightmare, migraine in the brain, gun in your fist. On paper you don't exist, you a ghost, so you ride around in the ghost like this. Ducking the people, money be the root to the evil. In the end, was it worth it to have your soul under the surface? Feeling worthless?
Supposed to be a king, but chose to be a kingpin. Jumped off the porch of 10, dove off the deep end. Crazy soul crack, black and half Puerto Rican. Put that murder game down quick, fast without blinking. Set his own friends up just to get his ends up. Nigga rock the all black Timbs to match the Benz truck. Paranoid, sleeping in puddles, he can't cuddle. This is just his life. Bitches, he can't love you. It be Christmas, but it be haunted like it's Halloween. All the faces and the screams that come to him in his dreams. Nigga rich, but what's the point? 1,000 pounds of endo stuck, still stay in Detroit. Balls on the window, looking over his shoulder, and even that's colder. Nigga, that's with you, Mike. Money making Mitchie when he listens to the red tape. Fantasize he's Tony Sosa said, don't fuck me, but it's a holy matrimony. It's lonely at the top, killer op, it's a victory. Long as he in the drop, getting top, it ain't shit. Lonely up in the mansion, coked out eventually.
Podcast. Catch us next Saturday night. Going down. We got it coming up. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Pulling up the calendar right now. We got motherfucking coming up next. What do we got? Oh, Cozy Mo Better's coming up next, y'all. We got Cozy Mo Better coming up next. Cozy Mo Better. Then we got we just got a lot of dope ass interviews, man. We got Havoc the Mouthpiece, formerly South Central Cartel. Now the one on Springwells and Longwood, me Wiz Splitter, and the one all the taco trucks, dog. Shout out to all the taco trucks, man. Shout out to all the fucking taco trucks. Big Wiz Splitter, your sure to be in here this week. It should be coming in, so I'll grab it because you and Monty need a 3X. We had the special order. Salute y'all. We out.